All right, we are back with another Drive Across 65 weekly MLB Rankings Show. We're going to add to that one offensive and one defensive player of the week. But first, let's get to why we're here. MLB Power Rankings 1 through 30. Leading off, we have the Oakland A's dropping 3 spots from number 27 to 30. I will say they're bad. They're obviously bad. They need to rebuild and move and get the wild animals out of their stadium. But Mason Miller today coming in hot, threw a couple over 100. I think one registered at 102 and a half. Gave the Cubs, who I believe are a top offense in the league, big headache today. So we'll keep him on the radar. Mason Miller, shout out. Moving up 1 spot to 29 is the Royals, just because the A's are so bad. Number 28, moving up 1 spot, the Tigers, who might be better without Javier Baez, who El Magico, we talked about him last week, RIP. And then 12 hours later, he forgets how to run bases, doesn't know how many outs are. It's insane. I don't know what he was doing. He, I don't know. I don't know. R.I.P. to El Magico. Coming in at number 27, up 1 spot, the Nationals. Nothing to talk about there. Dropping 6 spots. I gave this team too much credit to number 26 from number 20. The Giants. You cannot lose to the Tigers. You just can't. You can't lose to them. Number 25, the Cincinnati Reds. Shout out to them. They moved up 1 spot. They beat the Phillies. They shut out a Phillies team. Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, and company beat them 13-0. We were there, covered for us. Shout out. Speaking of, we got the Phillies coming in at number 24, dropping the spot from 23. Miami Marlins, still not covering team totals. Pitching a little bit better, winning games. They're up 2 spots, number 23 from 25. The number 22 team, the Houston Astros, they are so bad. I'm so happy over how bad that they are. They only moved up though because the other teams are just bad and they beat each other up. Staying at number 21 from number 21 last week, we have the White Sox. Not too much to talk about there. And the Cardinals may have found some offense. Maybe we're going to move them up to number 20, up 2 spots from 22. They might have found offense. They may have. Goldsmith still got to get it going, though. Coming in at number 19, the Rockies, losing pitchers left and right. They dropped a spot from number 18. They can't hit or pitch. And as of this second, CJ Crone is dead to me. Coming in at number 18, very shockingly, the Pittsburgh Pirates. They are not the worst team in the NL Central. That's pretty good. It's actually Cardinals. It's wild. Shout out to the Pirates. Coming in at number 17, dropping 4 spots back to the gutter for them where they belong. The LA Dodgers. You lost a series at home to the Cubs. Can't do it. Can't happen. Won't happen. Let's bring up our offensive player of the week on that note. Cody Bellinger heading back to Dodger Stadium, getting cheered for. I think he got an auto strike called on him, and then he hits a homer and gets booed out of the stadium. Love it. Cody Bellinger, offensive player of the week for us. Dropping 2 spots, number 16 for number 14. The Angels lost the series 3-1 to the Red Sox. They won a game that mattered to us. They covered for us, but they still lost the series to the Red Sox. It's tough to do. Coming in at number 15, the Padres. They're losing series, but they're losing to way better teams. They lost the series to the Braves. They didn't get swept. That's all you can really say for them. Martinez did the thing today that was pretty impressive, a little bit weird, but really impressive, where he just threw nothing but curveball and change-ups and didn't throw anything over 95 miles an hour, maybe 4 times. Everything was low mid 80s, and he shook up a really, really good, maybe the best lineup in the league right now in the Braves. Shook them up. They couldn't score, shut them out. Shout out to him. Rising 3 spots. To number 14 from number 17, we have the Red Sox. Same instance as why we dropped the Angels. They almost kind of just swapped there. You beat the Angels in 3-1 series. Gotta give it to them. Gotta talk about this team. I threw some shade at them. I caught some backlash for throwing shade. Coming in at number 13, up 3 spots, the Arizona Diamondbacks. I said last week I couldn't name anybody on their team. I named one of their worst pitchers. I know they have Zach Gallen on their team. But we got to talk about this kid, Corbin Carroll, their center fielder, leading the team in home runs right now. Just picked up a big contract. That kid is the truth. Obviously, the Diamondbacks aren't on my radar. They're a West Coast team. I'm on East Coast time. They have been competitive, but they are now. We're keeping an eye on them, especially this kid Corbin. He looks like the next it. Coming in at number 12, the Mariners, strictly because Luis Castillo is back. He's crushing it for them. Up 1 spot from number 12 last week. Coming in number 11, the Orioles. And dropping a spot, just cracking the top 10, we have the LGM Let's Go Mets. Rounding out the top 10, could finally talk about them negatively. The Rays coming in at number 9. They're not a bad team. They're exactly where I have them, I think. Number 9 team. I dropped them back a spot from number 8. They finally lost the game. All the hype is gone. They have some names. They have some pitchers. They're not bad, but everybody had them in their top 2 and 3, and they're undefeated. Just miss me with that, man. You got to stop. Call a spade a spade. They're a number 9 team. Dropping the spot only because the next team up raised so many spots. We have the Cleveland Guardians. Coming in at number 7, we just talked about him, Cody Bellinger. The Cubs up 3 spots to number 7. You go to Dodger Stadium, West Coast time, you beat them in a series, you're killing it. The team is playing well. Stroman's killing it. Suzuki came back, batting cleanup, and it's just hitting dingers. They're killing it. They're an amazing team for where they were last year to this year. Number 7, the Chicago Cubs. And this is where it really doesn't get shaken up too much. I have the Rangers at number 6 without Corey Seager. They're still winning series. They just beat the Astros without him. That's a pretty big deal. Product on field, they're still playing well without Corey Seager. We have them at the number 6 spot. We got the Brewers coming in at number 5. They finally found their pitching. They're swinging the bat. Talked about Jesse Winker last week. Shout out to him. And then really the top 4, exactly what they was last week. You got the Blue Jays coming in at number 4. They're still doing their thing. Can't take anything away from them, but you can't jump these other 3 teams. You got the Yankees, who have the defensive player of the week in Garrett Cole. So Yankees 3, spoiler alert, the Twins are coming in at number 2. Garrett Cole just threw a 9-inning shutout, 102, 103 pitches, something like that, against the Twins. Obviously, the Twins are just now getting their studs back, just now getting their power hitters back. But nevertheless, you throw a shutout against a top 5 team, you get your shutout. Garrett Cole, Defensive Player of the Week for the number 3 Yankees. Again, coming in at number 2, we have the Twins. They are just rock solid this year. They're just really good. Correa's coming back around. We'll see what happens with that. And then that leaves, obviously, the number one team left in the league. We have the ATL Atlanta Braves. That wraps us up. MLB Power Rankings, sprinkled in some extra fun little incentives. We have defensive, offensive players a week. We'll keep an eye on that. That wraps us up. Shout out to everybody for watching, listening, telling along. Don't forget, we're on Twitter, hashtag pineapples don't go on pizza, because that is the truth. Drive Across 65 on all the platforms. Check it out. Appreciate y'all listening. Good luck, everybody.